What's going on, everyone? Quirky here. I'm bringing you a nice little warthunder little guidey thing, just to help out all you new guys that are coming to the game and you don't know what's happening. I haven't made a video in a while, but yeah, that's just been because I didn't feel like it and I didn't want to. I've been thinking about some videos, but they're not exactly as cheery and stuff as this. But point of this video, I'm doing this not live because when I do it live in the War Thunder hangar, it's just terrible feedback, and I don't want to have that in the background for you guys to hear because it's just horrible, annoying to hear. I hadn't noticed that new layout they had. That was very interesting. I enjoy that. It makes it much easier to see the X-ray and the modules and the armor. But this video is battle ratings and eras, and I'm just going to try and find something to talk about here because battle ratings tell you what plane and tank you'll fight within a 1.0 spread. You're going to see stuff on the background here, and I'm just going to talk over it because, stuff it. Because I can, basically. It's my channel, I do what the hell I want. So basically, with the battle rating spread, the battle rating spread is 1.0. I hope I'm not too loud, guys. I apologize if I am. The battle rating is 1.0 spread, so below and above. So this tank here is 1.3. In War Thunder, you can't go down below 1, so you're going to go up if the matchmaker deems it so and you haven't sacrificed enough dissidence to the gulag. But stupid Russian joke aside, that's how it is. It's a 1.0 spread, up or down. Used to be 1.3, I think, but they changed it a little bit. It's still too high and still too much for some things, but progress is progress, I guess. So again, I checked the Tiger and it's the same battle rating regardless of game types, because game types change the battle rating. So I'm going to find one eventually. I think I'll use the Focke-Wulf A 5U2 as an example. Yes, I do. It's 6.0 in arcade because, head-ons. Everyone goes for head-ons. It's got a lot of cannons, which I'll just briefly show in the video anyway. And when a plane performs a lot, they up the BR when the plane performs too well, because instead of fixing other things, if the flight model is overperforming, etc., they'll change the BR, obviously to make it fight, tougher opponents, or they'll raise repair costs, Japan, in order to combat things. The effect is probably not what the community wants, but oh well. It's their game, their decisions at the end of the day. The point of the battle rating video is to explain that you have to make sure you look at what tank lineup or plane lineup you have in arcade, especially because I think it combines like the top 3 highest or something, and averages it or whatever it does. And you've got to pay attention. You're not doing a 2.0 lineup and you have a 3.0 plane in there, because it's going to chuck you up against 4.0 planes, and obviously no one wants that, because then you've got faster planes that have more guns and can kill you easier and all that sort of business, or turns better, or dives faster, climbs better, etc. And that's what I'm hopefully trying to educate you on. Basically, I'm doing a lot of hand movements for some reason. You can't see me, but it's just what I have to do. And basically using air targets for German 151 cannon, 20mm 151 cannons is the best choice. Unless you are good at aiming, then you use stealth. But air targets is pretty good bet. It's pretty freaking powerful because of the shell. They have a thinner shell wall on the German 20mm rounds, and packed more high explosive in, so when it hits a plane, the shrapnel is smaller, and it still flies just as fast. The holes are, still pretty extreme by the amount of explosive power. excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Explosive power putting big holes and gashes in wings and tails and such. But the battle ratings do change, not all of them. A lot of these jets here in the American tree, the F-80, the P-80, the Sabre, the F-84, they all cap out at 7.0 in arcade. That's 4 American jets, one of which is 10 years ahead, at least, of this Focke-Wulf A5, that you're going to have to verse in arcade. That's bullshit, you ask, Quirky. Why is that a thing? Because people are idiots, my young friend. That's why. People are freaking idiots. And it doesn't matter what the hell plane they're in, or what the hell tank they're in, most people's first reaction is, oh, I will do a head-on, because, duh. And then they die. And then they bitch at everyone else for going, oh, your plane's OP as fuck, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Instead of, I'm an idiot, I shouldn't head on every damn thing in the world, especially if it's a Focke-Wulf, because Focke-Wulfs and 199s have a shit ton of cannons. Yes, people, who would have thought that? They have a lot of cannons. You know, all those cannons they use to kill all the B-17s and shit? Yeah, those ones. Ah, stupid people. But I'm struggling to find a good example in this example here from tanks, but I find one with a T-34-85. T-34-85 is 5.3, I think, in arcade. I can't really see it too well. My playback image is very, very short and small. And, you know, in realistic it goes up by 0.4 to 5.7. So you go from fighting, you know, Tiger 2s or something or other to not fighting Tiger 2s or Tiger Ps or Tiger Hs, whatever the hell, you know, 7.7s are, or 6.7s or whatever, what have you. Tiger 2s, I think. You see those in the Tiger E, so, you know, that's fun. And then you find IS-2s and shit, and then they bounce all your shots and just derp you and you die. But this is things you have to remember when you play this game. The BR is a big factor in what you fight. The era, which is down the side, has no effect other than just making you have to research and buy, not crew. You don't have to crew a plane, but you have to make sure you research and buy 6 planes in that era to move to the next one. You know, a good way to, you know, prolong game life and get money out of you and all that sort of shit. You know, blah blah, gaijin bias, whatever bullshit, you know, go out here, get away, freaking idiot. It's a business as well, don't forget. But that's what you have to remember. BRs affect what you fight. Eras affect when you can get another plane or another tank. If there wasn't in the game, and you could just jump straight down, in this example, you could go from the, you know, the Ishaks and stuff to the I-185s and down to a MiG. Yes, that easily. You know, and you get the MiG-9. The MiG-9 is kind of shit compared to the BIS. BIS means 2. In Russian or whatever it is. And you'd get to that point in, say, 20 or 50 hours if you were playing, you know, just this and you didn't have to get 6 tanks or 6 planes. You could get to the MiG-9 in, you know, 50 hours or something like that, depending on how much you played and all that sort of thing. You'd get to a jet battle, and you wouldn't know what the shit you were doing, because jets are completely different to props. Yes, the fighting and everything is completely different. Who would have thought it? No, it's not that freaking easy. Yes, you have to be intelligent. Yes, you have to know what's going on. Yes, energy is a massive, massive play in jets. You can use free XP, blah blah, but at the end of the day, having the best and shiniest plane and buying all the mods and all that bullshit doesn't mean you're a good pilot. Being a good pilot means you're a good pilot, or virtual pilot, or a virtual tanker. And that's the main takeaway I take from this video, and that's why I've made it, because on you know, on Reddit and on YouTube videos even that I see of Warthunder, some people, not everyone, I mean, and fair enough if you don't figure this out, because Gaijin sure as hell doesn't explain it to you. You know, there's nothing saying, oh, this is the battle rating of a tank, you need to know this. You know, there's a 1 plus minus, you know, spread that you can fight against. Gaijin doesn't explain this at all. It's up to everyone else to just magically figure it out, or learn, or figure out off YouTube videos like this. But at the end of the day, that's the main takeaway from this video. If you watch this, watch to the end this far, which I doubt, because I must be annoying as shit to listen to, but if you listen it to the first bit, or some of it, or to the whole video, that's great, thank you for that. But the main things you have to take away: A, eras don't mean what you fight against. They are controlling on what tanks you can get and when you can research them. Battle rating determines what you fight against in a +1 and a -1 spread. Arcade, it changes a little bit, I believe, from averages or something of your highest battle rating. But in general, keep that in mind. That's a main thing you have to know. If you want to see anything else, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get to you. And I'll make a video for you. And that's about it, guys. Video's wrapping up and I'll talk to you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you later.